In the last class, I talked about the monetary policy of RBI. In this class, I am going to talk about the fiscal policy of Government of India. And the Government of India also plays an important role in decreasing as well as increasing the money supply in the market. And we are talking about how to decrease and increase money supply and how money supply decreases and increases. The Government of India issues the fiscal policy, and the Government of India has two options. If the Government of India has to increase the money supply, then the Government of India follows the deficit budget policy. If the Government of India has to decrease the money supply, then the Government of India follows the surplus budget policy. Whenever the revenue of Government of India increases, then the Government of India follows the surplus budget policy. Whenever the expenditure of Government of India increases, the time the Government of India follows the deficit budget policy. And whenever the Government of India follows the deficit budget policy, the time the money supply increases. And whenever the Government of India follows the surplus budget policy, the time the money supply decreases because the revenue of the Government of India has increased. Let's talk about two terms that are important for you: revaluation and devaluation. Revaluation is increase in value of a currency. Devaluation is decrease in value of a currency. Whenever the value of a currency increases, that is also known as appreciation of a currency. Whenever the value of a currency decreases, that is also known as depreciation of a currency. Let's talk about how the value of a currency changes. If the value of a currency is decreasing, that time we need to keep in mind that the demand of that currency has decreased. Now we can sum up by saying that the value of a currency depends on demand and supply. If the supply of a currency increases, then the value of that currency will decrease. If the demand of a currency increases, then the value of that currency will increase. If the supply of that currency increases, then the value of that currency will decrease. If the demand increases, then the value of that currency increases. Now we need to keep in mind that currency value depends on demand and supply, and if there is a downfall in value of a domestic currency, that time we need to keep in mind that the value of that currency has decreased because of